Is there really such a thing as green therapy? Absolutely. Joe, pharmacist, 40 years, RX Healthy Habits. And in this video, I want to talk about why your next prescription should be a houseplant. Because I'm going to go through and talk about some of the health benefits of having houseplants, indoor houseplants. Now all this information, please come to my blog on RX Healthy Habits, because I have highlighted some very reputable sources that really dig into this. And there's some studies that really lock in what I'm going to talk about and confirm that the research done on this has proved definitively that houseplants, indoor houseplants, can help adjunct a healthier lifestyle. And as a pharmacist, we always look for things, non-medication, that can do this, okay? Number one, this is a huge category, stress reduction. Stress reduction with the plants has been demonstrated. The Journal of Physiological Anthropology has shown interacting with indoor plants can significantly reduce both physiological and psychological stress. Now, here's the study. I'm not going to do the whole thing for you, but they took two different people. One was going to repot a plant, and the other was doing a computer task. And of course, they switched them, so it was double blind. They went back and forth on this. But they switched them, and they found that every time the person that was involved with the computer task had a little bit higher blood pressure, had a little bit more sympathetic activity, and they had a little bit more level of stress. The person that was unpotting the plant had much lower stress and lower systolic pressures, so everything was more stable, more calm. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, another study, this one was great. This one took and checked how improved concentration and attention took place in the classroom. They took some kids and actually put electrodes on their scalp, and they measured how their enhanced selective attention was, increased ability to concentrate, and how their overall cognitive performance was measured. This was fascinating. And this was done in a place where they had actual plants, they had fake plants, and they had pictures of plants and no plants. And it was fascinating in this study, where they had an abundance of actual plants versus all the others, there was a much higher increased focus and attention in that group. Crazy stuff, right? Enhanced mood and life satisfaction. They've done numerous studies on this, and it seems like there's an increased feelings of happiness, self-esteem, and overall life satisfaction with plants. Now, they did this study really during the time of COVID. A lot of the studies came out of here showing that some of the people that had much more plants in the house did better, and especially with mood and life satisfaction. Interesting. Of course, anxiety and depression. This was another thing that came out of some of the studies during COVID, during the COVID pandemic. They had fewer symptoms of depression and anxiety, and especially during periods of a sustained social isolation. So the plants kind of became like a friend, if you want to call it that. And they were plant parents. They had something to nurture. They had something that maybe gave back. You see what I'm saying? So it was also a sense of purpose and routine that they needed during that time. But anytime anxiety and depression symptoms are mitigated a little bit, sometimes more than a little bit, by having plants in your house. So here's one I thought was really good from a pharmacist standpoint. Faster recovery from illness. This study was really great. They showed recovery after illness or surgery. And in this study, they saw accelerated recovery from surgery. This one is fascinating. Reduced need for pain medication. So reduced need for pain meds went down. And they also said it improved the overall healing environment so they could heal faster and better. That is another study that I have in the blog that's just absolutely incredible. So for me, it shows that if you could just learn some basics that I teach in some other videos about taking care of plants, they're going to take care of you. So my prescription for you might not be, to have a whole bunch of anti-anxiety meds and depression meds. Well, sometimes you need them, of course. But maybe you can reduce some of those symptoms by getting more plants and really getting into plants. So hope that helps. God bless.